Steph, Kerr mentioned a little while ago that he feels the team's kind of lost his confidence, and you can see it, you can feel it. Do you sense the same thing, that there's just something that the confidence isn't there, the belief sometimes is a little wavering right now?
You can describe it however you want. We just not playing great basketball, not giving ourselves any chance to, be competitive those last two games. And I don't know, the last two starts have been, the last two first quarters have been a little rough. We settled it a little bit tonight at the end of the first quarter. I think it was like 20-6 at one point. But then, when you give a team, when you give the other team belief and you give the other team a reason to, keep their foot on the gas pedal, it makes it even harder knowing that we're going through our struggles as a team. So however you describe it, it's got to change.
Hey, Steph, at the beginning of this homestand, you guys were 15-15. I know 500 isn't where you want to be, but now 3 games below. What do you think changed in the last 2 weeks between then and now?
I wish I knew the answer. We could have avoided, the situation we're in. Obviously our defense has not been great, giving up way too many points, and like I said, especially first quarters, teams coming out and punching us first. So we can turn it into good learning lessons and opportunities for growth, but it's not going to happen on its own, and nobody's going to feel sorry for us. Nobody's going to, help us get out of this hole. We have to do it ourselves. That's the challenge.
After the Denver loss on this homestand, you said it's frustrating because you were losing what-if games, right? Ones that kind of collapsed in the last couple minutes. How is it different after 2 blowout losses?
It's, same feeling, because Denver game played well enough to win. He didn't, and then these last 2, you just get embarrassed. And I think you get to a point where you're trying to explain it away, trying to figure out what can change, specifically that can help us. And that's, the conversations that are happening in between games and, film sessions in the locker room. But it's headed the opposite way, and I don't know what to say about it, just because, we're not used to this kind of vibe around our team. So we have to acknowledge it, not let go of the rope, as they say, when it comes to our belief that we can just win the next game. But it all sucks.
Kerr was saying how quiet it is on the court without Draymond and Chris, and you have a pretty quiet game, but moving forward until they come back, have you thought about any changes, since a lot of the younger guys look to you to close the game and just what you're doing?
I talk, it's a different voice, obviously, what Draymond does defensively as the anchor, because, not only is his IQ, his, just defensive presence overall, but he's usually the one that's behind the court and able to bark out commands. And he prides himself on that. CP, the same, in the sense of just what he sees on the floor. And so when we started the year, I think that was one of the things that was exciting about the roster. We had youth, and we had things that they needed to learn as we went through the year, but we had veteran presence, Draymond, CP, myself, that could loom, that could be the most vocal. And obviously when they're not on the court, it's tough to replace it, but it's again another challenge for the guys that are out there to try to be vocal, try to talk, help our defense stay connected, intimidate the other team maybe. That's another part of it, and we haven't done it.
you're not the general manager, and a lot of things are just going on that you can handle. But do you almost feel like that trade deadline coming up, you've got a certain amount of time to show management to keep things together, or they might have to make some major decisions?
I mean, we have a standard that's pretty evident that if things stay the same, that's a definition of insanity, right? Keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So as players and what we can do, we have to control our effort, our focus, competitiveness, control the things that we can on the court. Like every NBA season, every organization, that stuff works itself out, and you can't allow yourself to get distracted by that, because whether you're at the top of the standings or the bottom, there's always rumors swirling, there's always conversations, and it's just a part of the business. And until anything happens, you can't get caught up in it because it rob you of your opportunity to play good basketball. And that's kind of where we're at.
Steph, after a tough homestand, can it be galvanizing to go on a road trip and kind of get a breath of fresh air and regroup, and then before your next homestand here?
It has to be. It has to be.
This is the second straight game that you guys were booed here. How does that make you feel when you hear that?
I don't even know what to say about it because I don't want to be prisoners of the moment and understand, we're obviously struggling. There's nothing to really cheer about, so opposite of cheering is booing. Might as well. I don't take it any certain type of way. Honestly, I'm booing myself, booing our team in my head because of the way we're playing. So, it is what it is. Fans are going to react the way that they want. It's our job to, give them something to cheer about. And we have not done that.
Great. Cool. Thank you.